With the help of so many, Weather Wars is coming. We've shipped to the printer, production is humming. We appreciate every one of you deeply, even those who pretend they're famous athletes. Thank you, Mom and Dad, Graham and Graham, Chris and Josh, Magic, Sebastian, Parker, Ross and the funny Celtics, Snakes, Bell and Natalie, all the Sabinis, and someone who says he's Dennis Eckersley. We were inspired to make this game through our talks with Ron Bravi, Simo DeLeva, and his Fox, and of course we were encouraged by the kind words of our pal Senior Viceroy Harefield III. Games bring people together, yes, more than a few. We hope Ketchin and Britta meet Teddy and True, and if Greg and Dan can play with Sean and with Gene, they could become a fantastic volleyball team. We think Mojo, Methuselah, Mark, and Jeff are most likely to get the Guzunganator, but if we had to pick, we would say that Jaden is the one who looks most like a rocket chicken. Elenita y Angelita, muchas gracias, te amamos. Javier, viva los Punkies, hats off to you. John McGuire and Trapper, Keeper, Jen and Troy, Ford, Kiyoshi and Yul Brenner. A fierce battle between Suntree, Moon, and Nigel will be waged by Teresa, Elise, and Janelle. But if I had to guess who would defeat all three, I would put all my chips on Kyla McCartney. Thank you, Scooter and Tito, the Irvings and Strelly. Thanks, Pollock and Homer and Robert Beatty. You really helped Donna, Scolander, and Levy. We'd be lost without you, Swishy and Smooshy. Merci beaucoup, ma tamboulez-y, mon nom donne. Vous êtes la famille la plus genre dans le monde. And since they don't speak French, no, not even a word, Marty and Shirley, kindest family in the world. Benjamin and Lila, Jake and several more have become perfect Weather Wars ambassadors. We know you can all do it. I'm looking at you, Camel, Excel, Dos, Corloso, and Kevin, you. We were helped out by Lightwood Games, Lori and Ray by 12 Days, and Karen Fields by Evie and Jay, our long-name friend Samuel, James Wilheimer, the third brown-eyed girl, my Uncle Bill, and the Wizard. Weather Wars, game of animal combinations. Weather Wars, control the weather of all nations. You will be the gateway to games of strategy for Schmoopy and Clancy and the Hughes family. Cameron D, Cranky E, Matt G, KB, Tony T, Nancy, Amy, Casey, Yoshi, Melanie, Shergashki, Ed Kolefsky, Crazy Cat Lady. We love to play Weather Wars. The team game, so Jen and Bob, Challenge Heather and Brian, Melillo, the winner can take on Ben and Stacy Self for a big golden trophy to put on their shelf. Ron and Emily came through like Peter Fernandez, Nakaland and Mir left Corn Dog in the Bulges, Axie, Soren, Mike, Trin, and Asher, so sweet and not nearly as frightening as Sneaky Pete. The Koski family brings our game to Hawaii. The most obscure inside joke is Reggie Roby. Joaquin Odesi will finish on top unless he plays Gorilla Smash and Chop or Chop. We sure hope that C-Saps and the DeMarco boys think of Weather Wars as one of their favorite toys. And here's a tip for Johnny Allen and Jay Chris. Ninja Pigs are the favorite of his strategists. Good on ya, Lauren and Scott. Big thanks to Mateo, to Jules and Tony, Carson, Kindorn, and Momo, the Craig Green family, Tom Hoffel and Mason, Eric Winterville, others, and Solomon. If your laser cows are freezing out on the range, maybe Tina Flores can play a season change. Then all Philip Londo's feminine polar bears will be overrun by sheeps with coarse woolen hair. I hope that someday I will get a chance to play with Marvin, Levin, Ken, and Joseph Carraway. But until then, we'll trade photographs on Facebook with Andy, Essa, Anderson, Kelly, and more. Every game from Floodbat will give us lots of laughs. Be we Tegan or Jake Kane or Ryan Wagstaff, but you still need to focus if you want to win. That means all of us, even the Goulettes and Dins. Because we got support from Alec and Diane. Gary Jenkins can play a buffalo chicken. Peggy Chang and David whispered into our ears they would shut down Martha with the blue-nosed reindeer. Our friend Roger told us we could call him whatever. For Steve I sing Robert and Michelle forever. Soon you will have Weather Wars, Will and G-Unit. Maybe you can play with Matt Kay and Ned Witt. You made all of our dreams come true. Jennifer Murphy with Lila and Karen and Patrick and Sanyi. You helped us so much. Clarice, Melissa, and Jean Charles Barkley from the 92 Dream Team. And though none of the famous names we've listed here were actually a part of this Weather Wars deal, we welcome all celebrities, famous and regal. Noah, John, Vino, Cuba, Tom, go Eagles!